Welcome back, everyone, to the Bears Profit Plays YouTube channel. Today is Thursday, October 31st. And I'm going to be breaking down one game for the NBA slate on Halloween night. We're going to be taking a look at the Memphis Grizzlies going up against the Milwaukee Bucks. Another small slate of games, only one play today. One game pick, two best player props of the night. But before we do that, let's take a look at the Wednesday night recap. We do have the Lakers and the Pistons on the money line. Both those games have started. Lakers up 6-2 right now. Pistons up 1-0 right now. So could we cash out right now for the wins? That would be great. Tobias Harris over 23.5 PRAs, has one rebound right now. Hopefully he does have a pretty good game in his comeback to the 76ers. And then we have Donovan Mitchell over 24.5 points going against the Lakers. Not sure if he scored the first bucket, but that game just started. So nothing really to show here. Updated leaderboard, nothing to really show here because nothing has finished. But let's take a look at the plays for Halloween night. Smaller slate again in the NBA, so only one play. We're going to look at the Milwaukee Bucks going up against the Memphis Grizzlies. And all I can see in this game between these two teams is a lot of points being scored. So far to start the season, neither one of these teams have probably played up to their expectations because the Grizzlies have dropped a few games going up against some subpar teams like the Rockets and the Bulls, while the Milwaukee Bucks have started off their season with only one win. And that was the first game of the season against the Philadelphia 76ers. They're on a 3-game losing streak, losing to Chicago, the Nets, and the Boston Celtics. I think what I've learned over the last couple of days is that maybe the Bulls aren't as bad as I thought they were because they've actually been pretty good to start the season. They've got plenty of time to prove my point right towards the middle of the season for them being bad. But if I take a look at these two teams right now, I don't see a lot of defense. And we didn't see a lot of defense last year with these two teams either. Memphis at least showed some effort defensively, but the Milwaukee Bucks, if you remember, the head coach last season got pushed out because the defense was so bad. Giannis wanted to change. They brought in Doc Rivers, and they thought, well, maybe Doc Rivers will mix it up. They actually got worse defensively, and they got worse as a team, if you ask me. But they have started off the season slow, and they have given up 115-plus points in 3 consecutive games, giving up 133 as their worst game to the Chicago Bulls. For the Memphis Grizzlies, are also coming off a loss to the Chicago Bulls. Again, that Chicago Bulls team may be frisky, but they gave up 126 points to them. But they've had a couple bad performances against the Rockets. They gave up 128 points. Against the Utah Jazz, they gave up 124 points. I know that the NBA is kind of shifting in that direction of nobody playing defense, just putting out 120-plus points per game, but you're not going to win a whole lot of games if you're just giving up 120-plus points per game right now. There are teams that are still playing really good defense. Neither of these teams are going to play a lick of defense. We just need NBA players to make NBA-level shots, and I think that's what we're going to get in this game. We currently don't have a line out for this play. I don't know why. Again, it's 6:40 p.m. Central Time on Wednesday night. I don't know why this line is not out yet, but it's not. But I'm going to take the over, whatever it comes out at as the play. For the first player prop tonight, we're going to stay in the same game. Grizzlies going up against the Bucks. Give me Giannis Antetokounmpo over 27.5 points going up against the Grizzlies. I understand that Memphis is still going to go with Zach Edey as their starting center. That's fine by me because they've been calling a lot of fouls on him to start the season. I took him to open up the year over 10.5 points. He didn't see more than 20-plus minutes because he had 6 fouls in the game that quickly. If Giannis wanted to score 30-plus points every single night, all these superstar players could do that. I think he's going to be able to do that tonight. I know that Zach Edey's a monster. I know he's 7'4", but with the way the NBA referees have been calling it down low, I do think he's going to get in foul trouble, and Giannis is going to be living at that free throw line. I know that he's not a very good free throw shooter, but if he has 12 to 14 attempts on the line, that's probably going to be 6 or 8 points of free points. They are free throws. They are free points. They should be, at least for NBA players. And with his game offensively, this game with no defense, he should be able to just pour in 20-plus points throughout the rest of the game. He is coming off a really good game as well, having 30 points. Not very efficient from the field, taking 26 shots, but he needs to be aggressive in this game. He's going to have 30-plus points. Give me his over 27.5 points as the play. And for the final play of the night, we're going to be looking at the San Antonio Spurs going up against the Utah Jazz. I absolutely am in love with this play. I'm going to make sure I put a little bit on extra on this one, probably 1.5 units. We got absolutely screwed the other night with Keegan Murray. Over his total threes going up against the Utah Jazz because he had 2 made threes in the first 8 minutes of the game. He didn't make anything else the entire way through. That's how the NBA goes sometimes. I get it. It happened many, many times last year. He didn't play the fourth quarter because they were blowing them out, and he did shoot 7 times, so he probably should have made 3 threes off of 7 attempts, but sometimes that's how the ball rolls. I'm not going to let it get me down. I'm going to go right back to the well. This Spurs team, they are extremely good inside the paint. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be a very competitive game. I think the Jazz are going to shoot a ton of threes in this game because what we've been seeing from the Spurs over the last several games to start the season, it doesn't seem possible. Nobody wants to go down low and try to score in San Antonio because it's actually not possible. Having Victor Wembanyama as your center has completely taken away the ability for opposing teams to score inside the paint. He is by far the best defender in the NBA that we have ever seen. And I know that's a very early thing to say in the season. I know he's very early in his career. I'll say it again. This is the best defensive player we've ever seen. It's nothing that he does extraordinarily well. He just has a great IQ for the defense. He's got a wingspan as long as a highway with a 7'6" frame. Nobody goes inside the San Antonio Spurs. They are the best team in the paint by a wide margin, only giving up 22.7 points per game inside. Teams have been able to take advantage of the weak perimeter defense, though. They're giving up 47 points per game. That's bottom 10 in the NBA. And the Utah Jazz love to take threes. Keontae George loves to take threes. I'm going to go over 2.5 made threes as the play. This should be plus money tomorrow as the play as well. Let's go over to the recap graphic. We're going to go with the over between the Bucks and the Grizzlies. Again, that number's not out. I don't know why, but it's not out. Giannis Antetokounmpo over 27.5 points going up against the Grizz. And the Keontae George over 2.5 threes going up against the San Antonio Spurs. Guys, it's going to do it for the NBA Plays and Props for Thursday, October 31st slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching.